Oh, it's actually gotten up to 0. Ice and snow around. He just keeps backing up. I already talked about this one. It's been like 2 hours since I last actually vlogged. You might have to mess with the coloring on this one. Everything looks a little weird, but then again, I'm used to looking at a crappier camera, but it's very orangey coming through those blinds, so who knows? I just don't like the fact that I'm like, well, I can't turn on the other camera to check, but I look really rosy-cheeked right now in that screen, and it's 11:05 right now. 1990 says to leave at like 11:37 to get out there, so that's that. Yesterday's video is, so sorry for that unsync. I think I know what was wrong, and the fact that it was like I didn't open up Google Photos last night to upload everything, because I know that the cloud photos has an issue sometimes processing longer videos, and that last one was like a total of 13 minutes and 5 seconds, obviously cut down a bit. But because I pulled it straight from the phone this morning, I don't think the audio and the video were synced very well, and that was my bad. Tried to do as best I could, and at least there near the end, it was just sort of like, just listen, don't need to watch what's going on, although I did put words on the screen. I know, I get it, but I know how much desynced audio is a pain to watch and listen to. Anyways, I will. I have a vent on the side. It wasn't zipped up all the way. I was like, why am I getting a little breeze? Even though I got a lot of layers packed on my upper body, because it is. Oh, it's actually gotten up to 0. Awesome. Currently, oh no, it says it's 2 now, according to Google. Weather Channel says it's 2. So what? Oh, Weatherbug says it's 32. So 0. Bowen Radar doesn't tell me the temperature; it just tells me whether or not it's raining. So okay. I will figure out things, have a little bit of coffee, stretch before I go walking up to the platform. Well, I don't have the dexterity to open this camera one-handed yet. Plus the less. I'm not sure if this was the right camera to get, but we have it now, so we're going to be dealing with it. I'm going to go for some. I'm heading to practice. On time for everything, as I just am. So yeah, I will chat with you guys probably on the way to the field. So I'll say this much. Like I said, it is a little creepy that the fact that the camera is just permanently zoomed in that much farther. Was not a very good vlogging camera, but it'll be better for football, because that way Aaron doesn't have to zoom in nearly as much. If he's at the end of like the block or the player box. That bird is. Forgot to tell you guys, Friday morning? Yeah, Friday morning we had a bird. No, it wasn't Friday morning. One morning we had a bird that was like do 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 do. And it was just like repeating the same thing over and over, to the point where like after the 10th time, I swear to God that it was like someone's ringtone. So I got up and I kind of stood in the middle of the bedroom and I looked and I did the like turn around so that I could hear it with both ears separately. I was stereoing it. And so I realized it was actually coming out of the back door. So I walked over really slowly and was like, what is going on out here? And as I opened, I just kind of pulled back the blinds like a little tweaker, and there was a bird sitting there
on the terrace railing. Just turned its head and then dove down into the courtyard, and we didn't hear it anymore in the morning. There is significant ice and snow around. I do not know how the field is going to work out, but as the sun is up in the sky and the field is an open area, hopefully the sun will have hit most of it and started defrosting some stuff. If not, you're going to have a bunch of football players breaking up a bunch of ice and hopefully not slipping all over the place. But yeah, you can see like where there's even a little bit of shadow or dark ground, but like out in the grass area, it's fine. So this feels super awkward because I have a glove on. So it doesn't feel like I have good hold of the camera, even though my glove is completely wedged in the strap. However, at least it's going to be, I checked several weather apps on the bus right here. Because once I was in Hilversum and they all updated to my GPS. Hourly thing puts us at 34 now, or like 1 degree. And then at the height of practice, we'll be at like 2 or 36 degrees. And then by the time practice is over, we'll be down to 34 or 1 degrees. By the time I get home, at least in Hilversum, it will be below freezing. Amsterdam might hit a little bit later. This is really awkward on my arm because I'm trying to make sure because the camera's not as wide as the last one was. So, also my shoulder kind of hurts. So, they're still practicing. My hamstrings have decided they are not wanting to play ball today. So, I'm gonna go back out and help what I can, linebackers, and watch to see if we implement one of our defensive schemes or a couple of them today. So, just because I'm injured and I'm not going to be in pads and all that stuff, I'm still going to participate because mental reps are just as good as physical reps, and that's something y'all got to remember. Even if you're injured, you still go to practice and you observe because it's not just about you, it's about your team. I mean, obviously, you got to. There are extenuating circumstances, but when you're late, you run suicides. We've instituted that now. He just keeps backing up. Okay. Wow, I hate this thing. So, my arm's gotta be way the hell out here. And you guys can see the vlogger arm. Oh, it's terrible. I'll get used to it. And who knows? Because I didn't really film much last night with the camera that was face to face like this. So, we'll see tomorrow morning how everything goes. Yeah, people are late, they do suicides. But I guarantee you that if I were to be late, I would punish myself far more than suicides throughout practice. But yeah, my hamstrings bugged me because I'm doing it too. I'm going too hard. We don't have practice on Thursday, so I'm thinking about maybe hitting up the pool a second time or moving the pool to that time so I could go for longer. Rather than on Wednesday. So with no practice on Thursday because we have training camp on this next weekend, that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm beating myself up right now because I wasn't performing at practice. I tried to do as best I could with huddle open and because we were putting in two new play things, and I was hoping people get their bearings, and since we had some blitzes, I stood in as the lineman that they needed to blitz by because we only had actually one lineman today. So I was like, well, I can at least sit here and give you a cone that isn't on the ground. So anyways, there's that. I didn't want to do too much contact because, again, the hamstrings could have things, but I helped George and a couple others. We'll see how everything goes here. I do need to eat today. I did actually do a fair bit at the beginning of practice. During special teams drills, my hamstrings just felt like they were shredding themselves like pork. And when I went to rest them, they calmed down and I was like, oh, they're feeling good. And I went, wait, no. The moment they start feeling good, I'll go back to working. Then they'll hurt again even more. And then I'll rest them. And then I'll go back and I'll do it even more. Do we see what this can... Did I already talk about this one? It's been like 2 hours since I last actually vlogged. So, yeah.